Today we're going to be talking about the NBA disaster draft, a system in place to help a team impacted by a disaster recover and continue playing in the league. But first, let's talk about the event that prompted the creation of the disaster draft. In 1960, the Minneapolis Lakers, now known as the LA Lakers, were on a plane journey home when the plane lost all electrical power. On board were franchise players such as Jerry West, and the team feared the worst when there was no radio contact for hours as the plane flew through a storm. Fortunately, the pilots were able to safely land the plane in a cornfield in Iowa, but the incident made it clear the NBA had no protocol in place in the event of a team suffering a disaster. So what exactly is a disaster draft? If a team loses 5 or more players through death or amputation as a result of a disaster, they are entitled to participate in a disaster draft. During this draft, the impacted team can select one player from each of the other NBA teams, with the exception of the 5 players that each team can protect as their untouchables. This means that the impacted team will largely be able to choose from bench and sixth man players. There are a few rules in place to ensure fairness during a disaster draft. First, each team must submit a list of their untouchable players before the draft begins. Second, the impacted team can only choose one player from each team, rather than taking all of the best players from a single team. This helps to prevent any one team from being too severely impacted by the draft. And thirdly, the impacted team must stay within their salary cap during the draft, so any high salary earners who may have survived the disaster will still count towards the cap. If you were to take the shortlist for the 2021-22 NBA Sixth Man Award, you can see the quality that could be chosen in an NBA disaster draft. Theoretically, a team could choose Tyler Hero, Kevin Love, Cam Johnson, Jordan Clarkson, and Luke Kennard. It's very credible that a team impacted by a disaster could put together a team from a disaster draft which could make a run for the playoffs. It's important to note that the disaster draft is a rare and hypothetical occurrence, and we hope that it never has to take place. However, it's good to know that there is a system in place to help a team recover and continue playing in the event of a disaster. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and also check out our video on the NBA draft and how it works.